The session on pharmacology is about to commence. The session will be taken by our esteemed pharmacology faculty, Dr. Dinesh Yadav. And I hope everybody is having good time in learning in India's biggest medical PG prep academic event, the DAMS Visual Treat DVT 2023. We are going fine, and I think with every passing day, you people are learning and getting academically wiser. And let's not forget, apna time apun khud laega. I have the pleasure of welcoming our esteemed faculty on pharmacology, Dr. Dinesh Yadav. Dr. Dinesh Yadav is a MBBS graduate from MP Shah Medical College. He's done his MD Pharmacology from SGT Medical College. He's an author, a faculty and a clinician since last 10 years and more than 10 years of experience in teaching. He cherishes his memory from teaching at DAMS, DAMS E-Medicos, from being a DAMS student to a DAMS faculty, and he finds every part is memorable. We welcome Dr. Dinesh Yadav in his session of pharmacology. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Dinesh. I can understand. But always remember, for learning, we have to adjust some time. Sir has given you a lot of information. Now, definitely, my part is not very big. Even we will take the lunch break after this session only. So, right, let's start. Please open the notes of general pharmacology. Open the notes of general pharmacology. The first topic is, definitely I will start, and I will do in a very concise and crisp manner. No need to worry. Okay, so let's start with the bioavailability. In bioavailability, this graph is there. In this graph, you can see the plasma concentration versus time. You can see the graph between the plasma concentration and the time. So in this graph, what is the important thing in this graph? You have to see the parameters. The first parameter is Tmax. Tmax means the maximum time taken. So this is Tmax. Then the second important thing is, this is Cmax. So Tmax will tell us about the rate of absorption. In chat, I would suggest just give me the only your queries. If you will write so many things, so definitely nobody will be able to read all these things, right? So please try that. So Tmax will give us the rate of absorption. Cmax will tell us the maximum plasma concentration you can achieve by the drug. AUC is area under the curve. So this is AUC, area under the curve, and it tells us about the extent of absorption. It tells us about the extent of absorption. So rate of absorption, maximum plasma concentration, extent of absorption. So what is the basically parameter out of these to calculate the bioavailability? It is the area under the curve, AUC. Now can you tell me, guys, out of these Tmax, Cmax, AUC, which one we will use to decide the route? कि आपको कौन से रूट से देना है? which parameter you will use? Tmax, Cmax or area under the curve? Which one you will use? जो मैं पूछूं उसका जवाब जरूर देना है. Please try to answer the query only, or you ask your query. So this is basically to decide the route. We have to use all these parameters because we have to see whether the drug is fast or slow. We have to see how much concentration the drug will achieve, as well as we have to see the extent of absorption. So we have to see all, not only AUC, right? But yes, for bioavailability is the area under the curve. तो देखो आप सबका गलत हो गया. Now try to correct, right? Most of you have given the correct answer. Sorry, wrong answer. Okay. Now what is bioequivalence? Bioequivalence means the two different generics of the compound is biologically equivalent, means they have the similar bioavailability, but legally plus minus 20% is allowed. So different generics will be approved based on the bioavailability, and plus minus 20% will be allowed. So in which drug the different generics will not have the same bioavailability. Exception is there. So for exception, you can write the one important name, and that is phenytoin. Very good, guys. Very good. Phenytoin. So in phenytoin, don't try to change the brand of the drug. Don't change the brand. Continue the same. Don't try to change the brand. Same brand आपको use करना है. Okay. The next is drug absorption. In the drug absorption, we have the different method of drug absorption. The most common method, you know, the simple diffusion. But in this, I am asking ki, see the image and tell me which type of absorption is this. So this is indicating which type of absorption. So you can see the ATP. ATP is used. Second, you can see it is from the low concentration to high concentration, means against the concentration gradient. So this is active transport. This is active transport. This is active transport. Very good. Examples you can write: iron salt, levodopa, PTU and fluorouracil. These are the drugs which are using this method. Iron salt, because body में iron बहुत है, we have the lot of iron, so iron absorbed through this method. Levodopa reaching to brain through this method. Propyl thiouracil, anti-thyroid drug, using this method. And fluorouracil, 278 page number 278. General pharmac we have started. We have already written general pharmac. So propyl thiouracil and fluorouracil. Fluorouracil used for what purpose? Fluorouracil used for anti-cancer purpose. Okay. So this is for active transport. Now we have to see the receptors. We have the different type of receptor. The first I will show you this image. So in this image you can see acetylcholine is there. Acetylcholine. And sodium entry is there. Sodium entry. The entry of sodium means ion, and acetylcholine is there. So this picture indicates what type receptor mediated mechanism of action. So you can see, guys, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total 5 means it is pentameric structure. It is pentameric structure, pentameric structure, pentameric roseate. No, this is not GPCR. This is not GPCR. So it is pentameric. So in this you can see this is ligand gated. What is the ligand over here? Acetylcholine. It is ligand gated ion channels. It is ligand gated ion channel. Or you can say the inotropic receptor, that is the fastest acting receptor. So inotropic or ligand gated ion channel. And this receptor is nicotinic receptor. This is nicotinic receptor. Nicotinic. So this is nicotinic receptor. Okay. Very good. So sodium entry causing depolarization, NM receptor. Okay. Next, dose response curve. In dose response curve, this is graded dose response curve. You can see the effect 50, 100 like this. Response is there. And in this you can see the log dose is there. So now you have to see there are 4 important points. Right. So 2 main important point. Help. Yes. So height will tell us the efficacy. Height will tell us the efficacy, and left side curve will tell us, but always remember at the 50%. At the 50% you have to check the left or right. 50%. So that is for potency. So in this, which is the least potent and which is the least efficacious, you can check. For efficacy, you can see A and B are equal. C is less. For the potency, A is the least potent, then most potent, then we have the B, and then we have the C. So this is about the potency. This is about the potency. So this is for potency, the efficacy and potency, right? So that is very simple thing. Now we can go for the antagonism. Which type of antagonism is this? So you can see after giving the drug Y, the graph is shifted to right side. The graph is shifted to right side, but the height of the graph is same. The height is same, means efficacy is same, but the graph shifted to right means potency has been decreased. ऐसा कब होता है? In this, the potency of the drug has been decreased, but the efficacy remains same. Yes, so that is competitive. That is competitive type of antagonism. That is competitive type of antagonism. Competitive type of antagonism. Very good. In non-competitive, what happens? The height will decrease. In non-competitive, the height will decrease, right? So you can compare that. Okay. Now, in this slide, we will write the teratogenicity. तो इन टेराटोजेनेसिटी, मोइबियस सिंड्रोम, I hope everybody is aware, that is mesoprostol, and that is abnormality of 6th or 7th cranial nerve. Mainly it is the 6th cranial nerve. Chondrodysplasia punctata, that is seen with the warfarin. That is seen with the warfarin. Chondro means cartilage, dysplasia punctata, there is gap. Cardiac malformations, that is Epstein anomaly, and that is seen with the lithium. That is seen with the lithium. Aplasia cutis, that is seen with the carbimazole, methimazole. Please write these, important है. Carbimazole, methimazole. Very good, guys. That's why we use the PTU in the first trimester. PTU. Then premature closure of ductus arteriosus, that is seen with the NSAIDs. So these are important. Now I will show you. Yes, NSAIDs means indomethacin, definitely. Now you can see this image also. So what is this image? ये image कौन सा है? Out of the things we have discussed. So which image is this? Can you tell me? And what about this second one? So let me tell you, this is the cutis aplasia. This is cutis aplasia. लंच साथ में करेंगे परवीन, राइट? मौका दो मुझे. एंड दिस इज वारफरिन. वेरी गुड. तो मैंने आपको दिखा दिया. दिस इज बेसिकली कॉन्ड्रोडिस्प्लेजिया पंक्टेटा. यहाँ पे देखिए ये वाला एरिया. ओके. नेक्स्ट इज मेडिसिनल प्लांट. नेम द ड्रग ऑब्टेन्ड फ्रॉम दिस प्लांट. यहाँ पे देखिए वी हैव दीज. इस पे कट लगाओ. इफ यू गिव द कट, द एल्कलॉइड्स रिलीज. दैट इज बेसिकली लिक्विड इज यूज्ड. सो दिस इज poppy. This is poppy, right? Poppy plant, that is basically papaver. Yes, very good. Everybody is knowing of him, morphine. Papaver somniferum. इतना इंटरेस्ट सब में लो in all the drugs, not only in him. Okay, चलिए. Medicinal plant. Name the drug obtained from this plant. This is also important. तो you can see all this. बिल्कुल typical image होगा. Then this is basically foxglove plant. This is foxglove. ये सब याद रखने वाली चीज है, देख के आप समझ लो. Foxglove plant. So that is basically Digitalis purpurea. Very good. Very good, guys. Digitalis purpurea. And we get the digoxin out of it. And that is used for SVT with low or reduced ejection fraction heart failure. SVT with reduced ejection fraction heart failure. SVT with reduced ejection fraction heart failure. In these patients we use it, right? So this is important. Sasi beta, these are also important, right? Whatever we are discussing, we have very much experience. So please try to focus on the things which we are telling. In pharma, medicinal plants are also important, right? I think we better know about it. So please don't mind it. History. In history, this is also important. The father of Indian pharmacology, you should know. It is Colonel Poppy is morphine, beta. Poppy is morphine. Colonel Ramnath Chopra. He is the father of Indian pharmacology. He started pharmacology. Colonel Ramnath Chopra. Okay. Now, the important antidotes. What is the antidote for amphetamine? The antidote for amphetamine is ammonium chloride. The antidote for amphetamine is ammonium chloride. Any drug which is having INE, that is alkaline, except few. But no need to remember the exception. All alkaline, they have the INE. So amphetamine, NH4Cl, ammonium chloride, acidification of urine. Verapamil, we use the calcium gluconate. Verapamil. बेटा आप किसी को भी फादर बना सकते हो, बट यहाँ पे जो है फार्मेक का फादर जो है रामनाथ चोपड़ा जी हैं. अब आप केडी त्रिपाठी को फादर मान रहे हो तो अच्छी बात है, मानो, लेकिन वो फादर नहीं है, बुक है, ये है बेसिकली. ओके. अमोनियम क्लोराइड, कैल्शियम ग्लूकोनेट. वारफरिन, वी हैव द विटामिन के. ऑर्गेनोफॉस्फेट, वी हैव द एट्रोपिन. प्लस ऑक्जाइम. Pralidoxime. Commonly used is PAM. Now, digoxin, we have the DG bind, or which is also called as DG Fab. So Fab fragment of antibody. But in the arrhythmia, in the digoxin induced arrhythmia, because the patient may have the ventricular arrhythmia like VT, then what we use? In this we use the lignocaine. Right? So that is also important, because digibind is the orphan drug and we don't have the orphan drug. So we use the basically other things like lignocaine to treat the arrhythmias. For benzodiazepine, I hope everybody is aware, that is flumazenil. And for opioid, we have the naloxone. For methanol and ethylene glycol, we have the fomepizole. But can you tell me what is the first drug? Because fomepizole is alcohol dehydrogenase enzyme inhibitor. But can you tell me what is the first drug to be used in methanol poisoning? Can you tell me what is the first drug to be used in methanol poisoning? Because methanol poisoning se blind ho sakta, the patient may get blind. So because of the formic acid formation. So what is the first drug to be used in methanol poisoning? No, it is the soda bicarbonate. It is the soda bicarbonate injection. Soda bicarbonate, because the patient is having acidosis, we have to treat the acidosis, and for that we use the soda bicarbonate, first drug. Fomepizole is the best antidote, but again it is the orphan drug, so it is not available, so we use the ethanol. But fomepizole is the best answer. Ethanol can be used, but that is not the best answer, right? So sodium bicarbonate. Leucovorin can be used, definitely leucovorin can be used. Even dialysis we do commonly. Atropine, belladonna or datura, we use the physostigmine. Then TCA, that is amitriptyline, so we use the soda bicarbonate again. Soda bicarbonate. No. Vani. It is alcohol dehydrogenase, not aldehyde. For aldehyde dehydrogenase, we have the disulfiram. Propranolol, again we use the glucagon. Or we can use the calcium gluconate or calcium chloride. Glucagon. Okay. So this is about the important antidotes we should know. Cranberry juice. Cranberry juice used for what purpose? Cranberry is the acidic juice. It is acidic. So it is used for alkaline drug poisoning. So I told you the alkaline drug. That is amphetamines. So in amphetamine overdose, we can use the cranberry juice. It is also used for UTI, right? To maintain the vaginal pH, UTI we use it. Soda bicarbonate, already discussed. It is used for mild acidic drugs. Like aspirin barbiturates. In these we use it, right? Okay. Thiamine is for chronic alcoholic, beta. Thiamine is for chronic alcoholic. Mild acidic drug, aspirin and barbiturates. Now, some important active form. The first thing I want to tell, these are not prodrugs. These are active drugs. They convert to active form. So basically these drugs will be longer because they are active and their metabolites are also active. So these drugs are longer. Fluoxetine convert to norfluoxetine. Try to learn the concepts, right? With these things. We are trying to mug up some names, but simultaneously try to learn the concepts also, why we are reading this. The norfluoxetine is the active metabolite and that is causing the action. So basically fluoxetine is a very long acting SSRI, and that's why least withdrawal symptoms are seen with the fluoxetine, because it is very long. So withdrawal ke chances kam ho gaye. So fluoxetine is having the least withdrawal symptom. This is the reason. Alloprinol convert to oxypurinol. Just fill these blanks. Oxypurinol. Diazepam converts to oxazepam. Mega, we don't do the forced diuresis nowadays. We do the alkaline diuresis, but that is not forced. Forced is not allowed. For spironolactone, important, very important. It is canrenone. It is canrenone. Canrenone, very important. For codeine, it is morphine. For codeine, it is morphine. And primidone, one of the frequently in the options, it is a prodrug. No, it is not a prodrug. It is the active drug. The active form of this active drug is phenobarbital. Very good, guys. So these active forms are important. So you have to understand these are not the prodrugs. Even amitriptyline converts to nortriptyline. Amitriptyline converts to nortriptyline. So that is also not a prodrug. So just remember this. This is most important out of these. Canrenone. Now some drug interaction. Out of the drug interaction, I hope you already discussed about it in the previous class. No need to mug up the list. Right? No need to mug up the list of prodrug. There is a long list. Just remember few examples which you already know. But this is important. If you know the active drugs, so they are trying to confuse with these drugs only. Estrogen means ocipils. Ocipils are having the interaction with the rifampicin because rifampicin is the CYP inducer. So that is contraception failure. So change the contraceptive method. Don't change the rifampicin. So that is for pills. Then cat group of drugs. Cat group of drugs, cisapride, estemazole, terfenadine. They can cause the long QT syndrome, arrhythmia with the erythromycin or ketoconazole. So these are CYP inhibitor. So CYP inhibitor increase the risk of toxicity. CYP inducer that causing the failure risk. So we need to remember these interaction. This is very important. Rifampicin with ocipils. And this is also important. Clopidogrel, antiplatelet. It's a prodrug. It converts to active form using this enzyme, CYP2C19 enzyme. Very important. And omeprazole is the CYP inhibitor. Omeprazole is the CYP inhibitor. Folinic acid can be used for many things. I will tell you, Mehak, don't worry. So omeprazole, that is CYP inhibitor. So that can leads to clopidogrel failure because clopidogrel will not be active. If it is not active, there is no antiplatelet effect. If there is no antiplatelet, there is a risk of MI. So failure. Tamoxifen prodrug. It is converting to active form. CYP2D6 is the enzyme. Tamoxifen used for cancer patient. Breast cancer. In cancer patient, depression is very common. If depression is common, so you can see SSRI antidepressant, tricyclic antidepressant. We use these and these are again CYP inhibitor. These are also CYP inhibitor. If we use this CYP inhibitor with the tamoxifen, what happens? Again tamoxifen failure. Tamoxifen failure, there is risk of metastasis. So remember these examples of drug interactions, clinical questions. Nowadays you know these are very hit questions. Okay. I hope everybody is knowing about the elimination kinetic. Very important topic. Elimination kinetic. We have the two, first order and zero order. In first order, remember F, first fraction. Fraction of elimination is constant. Fraction of elimination is constant. Zero order kinetic, we need to know it is the constant amount. Amount of elimination is constant. So in first order, fraction is constant. In zero order, elimination rate is constant. So now we have to see the other things, right? Other things. So in other things, you can see this slide. Next to next. Elimination kinetic. Rate of elimination is constant in zero order. Zero order kinetic. And clearance and half-life is constant in first order kinetic. First order. So most of the drugs are following the first order kinetic. That's why we know the half-life. That's why we know the clearance rate of these drugs. आपकी books में लिखा होता है. True zero order kinetic seen with true. That is seen with the ethanol. True seen with the ethanol. The ethanol is always saturation kinetic. So basically zero order is also called as saturation. It is always saturation kinetic. The enzymes are limited. That's why the elimination process is already saturated. And that's why it is risky. So very small amount, it is saturation. Rest of the drugs are these. Zero order kinetic, you can see with these drugs also. But that is only seen with the high concentration. But in low concentration, they are also following the first order. But in high concentration, they follow the zero order. That's why it is called as pseudo zero order. So zero order or pseudo zero order, these examples. But true zero order, only one example, that is ethanol. Right? So this is important. Out of these, you should know the phenytoin. And you should know the warfarin. These are pseudo zero order kinetic or you can say zero order kinetic drugs. Okay. Now some formulas in pharmacokinetic. So in the formulas, these two formulas are very important, frequently asked in your NEET PG exam. Loading dose of the drug, it is depending on volume of distribution. volume of distribution, and target concentration. Target concentration. Maintenance dose of the drug depends on the clearance rate and the target concentration. But always remember, they also depends on the bioavailability. I told you bioavailability is important for route. So that is also important parameter. So loading dose and maintenance dose main you have to remember the change है. In loading dose it is volume of distribution. In maintenance dose it is clearance. Clearance जितना हो रहा है उतना add करना पड़ेगा. This is maintenance dose. Target concentration is the basically CSS. What is CSS? That is steady state plasma concentration. Steady state. So that is the steady state plasma concentration. That is basically the target concentration. So in every drug we have to see this. This is CPSS, target plasma concentration. So after how many half-lives? So you can see first, second, third, fourth, fifth. After 4 to 5 half-lives you can achieve the steady state, and that is not going to change. Always remember, but theoretically it is infinite. Theoretically it will take the infinite time, but practically we should know 50, then 25 to 75, then 83, right? 83, then 90, 86, 93, it is increasing like this. So it will be around CPSS, means almost. So almost CPSS can be achieved by the 4 to 5 half-lives approximately. Practically 4 to 5 half-life, theoretically infinite, possible नहीं है. So what is the formula for half-life? That is also important. 0.693 multiplied by volume of distribution divided by the clearance rate. That is the formula. 0.693 multiplied by volume of distribution as well as the clearance. So you can say the half-life depends on these parameter, volume of distribution as well as the clearance rate. So this is important about this graph. Steady state plasma concentration. Okay. This is very simple for you guys. Can you tell me the name of the drug which is used via jet track method to avoid staining, to avoid the staining, because these drugs can cause the staining in the subcutaneous region. So to avoid the staining, so can you tell me? Yes, I know everybody is knowing one, iron, but the another one is very important. Another one is antipsychotics. I know antipsychotic. T half is half-life बच्चे. Antipsychotics, haloperidol depot injection. Haloperidol depot injection, we use it. That is also via jet track method. So you can see in jet track we pull the skin and then we release it. So the track will be obliterated to avoid the staining. No, in insulin we don't use the jet track beta. Insulin is subcutaneous. Insulin is subcutaneous, not the intramuscular. That is for intramuscular route. Okay. The drugs used for rare disease are called as orphan drugs. Because in orphan drugs means these are drugs used for rare disease, rarely available. Very difficult cost recovery. In India, orphan definition is less than 5 lakh. In India, the definition is less than 5 lakh. But in, in US, it is 2 lakh. So in India, less than 5 lakh patients having the condition that is called as rare condition, orphan condition. Prescription drugs are Schedule H or H1. Schedule H or H1. Orphan drugs, we have a lot of examples. Some examples I told you, digoxin, fomepizole. These are the example. Many, enzymes, biochemistry में आपने पढ़े होंगे. Many glycogen storage disease, lysosomal storage disease, enzyme deficiency. All these are orphan. Narcotics and psychotropics. These are Schedule X. The commonly used narcotic in India, psychotropic narcotic in India is important. Ketamine पे question आता है. Ketamine. That is also day trip drug in India. Day trip drug. Ketamine. बाकी तो यूज नहीं करते. Ketamine यूज कर रहे वो भी day trip की लिस्ट में. Then sham drug. Sham means dummy. Sham means dummy. So dummy medicines, these are also called as placebo. They are also called as placebo. So बच्चे in H or X, the difference is in both we need the prescription, but in Schedule X, we need to, the pharmacist basically, need to keep a copy of the prescription. यहाँ पे उसको copy retain करना है. The pharmacist need to retain a copy, but in H, no need to retain the copy. This is the difference. The narcotics में और ज़्यादा risk है. Then we have the spurious drug. Spurious. dangerous market. India is one of the biggest market of spurious drug. So we should know about the spurious drug. No need to mug up this definition. This is just to understand basically. You need to understand. No need to mug up. Right? Just take this screenshot and try to mug up. Don't try to mug up. Just try to understand what is spurious. This is basically exact legal definition. That's why I am saying it. Legal definition. It is manufactured under a name which belongs to another drug. सोचिए, already a drug there in the market and you are using the same name and then you manufactured. Imitation of or substitute of another drug. दूसरे को copy कर लेना. The label or container bears the name of individual or company and different company. It has been substituted wholly or partly, or it purports to be product of another manufacturer. तो सोचिए दूसरे मैन्युफैक्चरर को यूज करना, यूजिंग द नेम ऑफ अनदर मैन्युफैक्चरर, यूजिंग द नेम ऑफ ए वेरी फेमस ब्रांड, राइट? द क्वांटिटी इज लेस, so that is also. So just write, these points. If this definition is given in the internet, just write spurious drug definition as per Indian Drug and Cosmetic Act, right? ये legal definition and nobody can change this definition. This is legal definition. So this is spurious drug, right? तो ऐसे करके दूसरे फोन से ले लो. Okay. So now comes to this is, yes, very good. Reebok का Reeboki, Nike का Nike. One point just write essential drug. The latest list of essential drug is NLEM. NLEM 2022. Just write this. Essential drug. Essential drug. NLEM 2022. Latest list is 2022. No, bete, misbranded is different. Misbranded is just basically you are branding, you are doing the misbranding. Like suppose you have 500 milligram paracetamol, but you have misbranded is like 650 milligram paracetamol. So that is misbranding basically. Okay, so NLEM latest is 2022. पहले 15th of 22 है. So I just want to show this. In the past it was 376 medicine. Now it is 384. So if the question asks what is the latest list 2022 and the total number of medicine is 384, just write these 2 points. Just write these 2 points. Right? 384. 384 number of medicine, national list. ये लो जी. Spurious drug का definition ये लो. This is spurious drug. Basically substitute करना आपको. Right? ये आपके उसमें नहीं होगा, मैंने just आपको दिखाने के लिए बना दिया है. And essential drug में you need to know कि we have the latest 2022. Okay. Now guys, in clinical trial, I hope everybody is knowing the clinical trial, but I will ask you some important points. The best data evaluated in which phase of clinical trial regarding efficacy? In which phase of clinical trial we get the best data regarding the efficacy? National list of essential medicine. Bhanja ji, National list of essential medicine of India. Efficacy data. Efficacy data. Efficacy data. The best data is phase 3. Phase 3. Very good. Safety best data. In which phase? Quick. Jaldi batao. In which phase we get the best safety data? So that is also phase 3. So in both the best data is phase 3. The best data is phase 3. Always remember. The best data is always in phase 3. In phase 1, basically we evaluate the tolerability mainly. In phase 1, it is mainly tolerability. Safety we see in every phase. Safety we see in every phase, but in phase 1 we see the tolerability. Best data or confirmation of the data is always and always in the phase 3. Now please open the page of antimicrobial agents. Let's start with the chemo. Antimicrobial agent. यशविंदर को बताओ which subject? Antimicrobial agents कौन से subject में होते हैं बच्चे? So antimicrobial agent, so antibiotic which is inhibiting the cell wall synthesis by inhibiting the cross linkage of elongated peptide chain. Antibiotic inhibiting the cell wall synthesis, inhibiting the cross linkage of elongated peptide chain. Yes, anybody? This is vancomycin. This is vancomycin. This is vancomycin. Very good. It binds to D-alanine sequence. No, beta-lactams are not inhibiting the elongated peptide chain. They inhibit the peptide chain synthesis start. So they inhibit the starting of peptide chain synthesis, and it is for elongated peptide chain. So they binds to D-alanine sequence. They binds to D-alanine sequence. They binds to D-alanine sequence. Okay. चलिए next. Which cephalosporin prolong the prothrombin time? Which cephalosporin prolong the prothrombin time or causing the bleeding? To increase the risk of bleeding. Increase the risk of bleeding. So basically the most important drug you need to write is the cefoperazone. You just need to write one important name, cefoperazone. Cefoperazone. Right? The drugs which are having the Z, this is important, cefoperazone. So basically these drugs are having one ring. You just need to write this ring also. So the name of this ring is this one, N-methylthiotetrazole ring. N-methylthiotetrazole ring. N-methylthiotetrazole ring, NMTT ring. So basically this ring present in some of the cephalosporin. These cephalosporin can increase the risk of bleeding because they interfere with the vitamin K metabolism, and that's why it is important. So cefoperazone and methyltetrathiazole ring, cefoperazone. Just remember one important name, cefoperazone. We have some other also, but that is not available in India. So basically they are asking the cefoperazone mainly. Cefoperazone. Okay. Which antibiotic can cause the red man syndrome due to histamine release? So the antibiotic which can cause this is vancomycin. Vancomycin. Vancomycin can cause this histamine release. So we need to give it slow. If you give it slow, then there is no problem. If you give rapidly, then it can cause the histamine vasodilation, and that is causing the red man. So basically keep it slow, right? Vancomycin slow dena chahiye, vancomycin injection, and the treatment will be antihistaminic. So what is the alternative drug? What is the alternate drug? So in these, teicoplanin is safer option. Teicoplanin is the safer option. Teicoplanin is the safer option. That is the same group of drug, teicoplanin. So teicoplanin is the same group of drug that is also used for MRSA. Okay. Double blinding in phase 2, 3, in all we can do the double blinding, beta. That is not specific for any phase. Okay. Which antibiotic can cause the pseudo jaundice? Bilirubin is not increased, but jaundice like presentation, and can also cause the panuveitis. So this is rifabutin. Very good, guys. This is rifabutin. Recent exam question, important. Just remember it. Rifabutin. That is rifamycin class of drug. Treatment is better antihistaminic na for Redman syndrome. Use the antihistaminic. Rifabutin. Okay. The drug of choice for nocardiosis. The drug of choice for nocardiosis is we use the cotrimoxazole. In antimicrobial, drug of choice is still important. Antimicrobial mein drug of choice and mechanism. These two are important question. Cotrimoxazole. Right? Okay. Cotrimoxazole. You know the cotrimoxazole? Trimethoprim plus sulfamethoxazole. It is trimethoprim plus sulfamethoxazole. Okay, trimethoprim plus sulfamethoxazole. Now, drug of choice for pneumocystis jirovecii. The drug of choice for pneumocystis jirovecii. So what is the drug of choice for pneumocystis pneumonia? That is in immunocompromised patient. Again, same, cotrimoxazole. No, macrolides are not drug of choice. Drug of choice is cotrimoxazole. The second option is macrolides. Okay. Which antibiotic inhibit the peptidyl transferase enzyme? Via that it inhibit the protein synthesis. Yes, Zeptran is cotrimoxazole only. That is double strength. We use the DS in the adults. So which antibiotic inhibit the peptidyl transferase enzyme? So by that it inhibit the peptide. Chain synthesis. So that is chloramphenicol. Very good, guys. Chloramphenicol. Very good. Causing gray baby syndrome. I hope you know the gray baby syndrome due to chloramphenicol. Okay. Now some direct question. Which antibiotic causing deafness as well as diarrhea? Diarrhea due to motilin receptor, GIT, prokinetic drug, as well as aggravating this important question in pediatrics, congenital pyloric stenosis. So which one is this? This is erythromycin. This is erythromycin. Not all the macrolides are having high risk. The high risk seen with the erythromycin. Okay. First line drug of choice for pseudomembranous enterocolitis. Pseudomembranous enterocolitis, that is Clostridium difficile. Nowadays the best drug, the most effective drug is fidaxomicin. The most effective drug is fidaxomicin. That is also one of the macrolide. But we have the other option, vancomycin. Vancomycin also given orally, vancomycin. And in milder cases we use the metronidazole. In milder cases we use the metronidazole. So out of these, best answer, a single best answer will be fidaxomicin. Tetracycline, approved for complicated infection. Complicated infection. That is tigecycline. That is tigecycline. Tigecycline. So tigecycline is the tetracycline approved for complicated infection or resistant infection. Tigecycline. Causing cartilage damage or tendon rupture. That is fluoroquinolone. That is fluoroquinolone. Fluoroquinolones. Fluoroquinolones. That's why they are not used in athletes. They are not used in footballers. They are not used in children. Useful in toxoplasmosis. Useful in toxoplasmosis. The best answer for pseudomembranous is fidaxomicin, बच्चे वही तो पहले लिखा हमने. For toxoplasmosis, the best is pyrimethamine. The best is pyrimethamine. Plus we use the sulfadiazine. Plus we use the sulfadiazine. Because pyrimethamine inhibit the folate metabolism, so we use the folinic acid. That is the best treatment. Single best answer will be pyrimethamine. But if they mention the pregnancy, then the best answer will be spiramycin. Then the best answer will be spiramycin. Then the best answer will be spiramycin. Spiramycin, less than 18 week of pregnancy. Less than 18 weeks of pregnancy. We use the spiramycin. If more than 18 week, we use the pyrimethamine sulfadiazine. So that is important for toxoplasmosis. The drug causing neuromuscular blockade, not safe in myasthenia gravis patient also. These are aminoglycosides. These are aminoglycosides. जैसे कि streptomycin, like streptomycin. So we use the aminoglycosides like streptomycin, causing neuromuscular blockade, not safe for myasthenia gravis patients as well. Okay. Now let's discuss some anti-tubercular drugs. In the anti-tubercular drug, which anti-tubercular can cause psychosis as well as neuropathy as well as hepatotoxicity. So that is a single best answer. INH, isoniazid. 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 It is also causing amnesia. It is also causing amnesia. Isoniazid. Causing psychosis or neuropsychiatric side effect. Neuropsychiatric side effect. Neuropsychiatric side effect. So that is also seen with the cycloserine. 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 The drug causing uveitis. The drug causing uveitis. Already discussed, rifabutin. The drug causing hypothyroidism. You know the thionamides, carbimazole, methimazole, these are thionamides. So which is the thionamide? Thionamides are like ethionamide out of the anti-tubercular. Ethionamide or prothionamide. Ethionamide, prothionamide. Ethionamide, prothionamide. And pass. Para-amino-salicylic acid. Ethionamide, prothionamide and para-amino-salicylic acid. So mainly important is ethionamide. So thionamides are causing the hypothyroidism. Which anti-tubercular? Which anti-tubercular? Just a minute. So beta isoniazid basically converting to acetyl isoniazid, and acetyl isoniazid is converting to acetyl hydrazine. It is converting to acetyl hydrazine. So this acetyl hydrazine is hepatotoxic and this isoniazid is neurotoxic. Now you can see if the acetylation will be slow, then neurotoxicity is more common. If the acetylation will be faster, hepatotoxicity is more common. In Indians, we have the slow acetylation, so this process is slow, so neurotoxicity is more common. So guys, out of the first line drug, which drugs are having risk of hepatotoxicity or which are safe in hepatic disease? So we need to know the drugs which are safe in hepatic disease are like ethambutol, right, out of these. And which first line drug is definitely aminoglycosides are also there. The first line drug safe in the, because first line में aminoglycoside है नहीं आजकल, इसलिए उसको हम इग्नोर कर रहे हैं. The first line drug safe in renal disease, the first line drug safe in renal disease, so we can use HRZ in the renal patients. We can use HRZ without dose modification in the renal, but the single best answer will be rifampicin. The single best answer will be rifampicin. So this is about the first line anti-tubercular. Now out of the anti-tubercular, which drug is inhibiting the mycobacterial ATP synthase enzyme? This is very important. The drug inhibiting the most hepatotoxic, most hepatolaxia is beta pyrazinamide. Most is pyrazinamide. Hepatotoxicity mein if you see, pyrazinamide is most toxic. Inhibiting the mycobacterial ATP synthase, very good, bedaquiline, and it is used in MDR TB patients, approved for MDR TB patients. You know the B-Pol regimen, B-Pol M regimen. Bedaquiline is one of the important. This is in the group, which group? Which group of MDR, which group of basically MDR TB drugs? A, B, C. कौन से group में आएगा? In which group? In the MDR TB drugs. So bedaquiline is the group A. No, D तो है ही नहीं यार. Only we have the A, B, C. So it is the group A drug, bedaquiline. Bedaquiline is group A drug. Okay. We also have pretominid. We also have pretominid and delaminid. Pretominid, delaminid. These are group C. Pretominid, delaminid. These are group C. So pretominid and delaminid, these are inhibiting the mycolic acid. Inhibiting the mycolic acid. Inhibiting the mycolic acid. Pretominid, delaminid. These are the newer drugs. And the risk of bedaquiline is long QT. Risk of bedaquiline is long QT. Right? In renal disease, aminoglycosides, Ashish, aminoglycosides are not safe, and ethambutol is also not safe. Okay. Chaliye. Now next is anti-HIV. Very important question. First, I told you mechanism and main important toxicity. So CCR5 inhibitor, any drug which is having the name like this, Maraviroc, Viroc, all Viroc are CCR5. All Viroc are CCR5. Fusion, जहां भी फ्यू लग गया तो Enfuvirtide, Enfuvirtide, few. Fusion inhibitor, inhibiting the glycoprotein 41. Fusion. Then MAB, which MAB is for inhibiting the viral entry, that is Ibalizumab. Important है बच्चे. This is very, very, very important. Ibalizumab, very important. Ibalizumab, mark कर लो, very important. Useful in hepatitis B also. The most important is tenofovir. The second important is emtricitabine, not efavirenz. Emtricitabine. And we have the lamivudine. And we have the lamivudine. Tail याद रखो, tail. Tenofovir, emtricitabine and lamivudine. The most effective is tenofovir, but not safe for kidney. Kidney में abacavir. In kidney patient we use the abacavir, otherwise we use this tail. They are also for hepatitis B. Now which anti-HIV drug mainly causing psychosis? Main drug we have to tell. We have lot of drug, but main we have to tell. So which drug causing psychosis mainly? So the main drug which is causing psychosis is efavirenz. That is NNRTI. Efavirenz. Main. The drug mainly causing nephrolithiasis is Indanavir. 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 Then the drug causing intracranial hemorrhage is Tipranavir. Tipranavir. Important है बच्चे. This is again very important. इधर टिप्रानाविर बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, उधर हमने बताया इबालीजुमैब, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. द ड्रग कोजिंग स्किन एंड नेल पिगमेंटेशन, वेरी कॉमन, जीडोवुडिन, वेरी कॉमन, जीडोवुडिन. एंड द ड्रग कोजिंग लाइपोडिस्ट्रोफी, अगेन द मेन आंसर विल बी जीडोवुडिन स्टेवुडिन. जीडोवुडिन स्टेवुडिन. यस, टिप्रानाविर टिप टिप करके ब्लड निकलता है, intracranial hemorrhage. Zidovudin, stavudin, but it is also seen with the protease inhibitors like ritonavir, lopinavir, but main is zidovudin, stavudin. Right? This is important, guys. So now I will show you दिस स्लाइड ऑल्सो, ये आपके पास नहीं है बट जस्ट इसको दिमाग से निकाल लो कि दिस इज बेसिकली पिगमेंटेशन. So this is skin and nail pigmentation. Okay. Now antifungal drug. Which antifungal drug form the micropores? Pores. Pore is polleins. Pore is polleins. Pancreatitis is diadenosine. Pancreatitis is diadenosine. वो पुराने question हो गए. We don't use it. Polleins. In polleins we have the amphotericin B. PI is protease inhibitor. Amphotericin B, nystatin. So these are causing the pores, the polleins causing pores. Inhibiting the 14 alpha demethylase azoles. So by that they can inhibit the ergosterol synthesis, azoles. No, flucytosine is not there. Inhibiting the squalene epoxidase, again inhibiting the ergosterol synthesis, allylamine. Which is the allylamine? Like terbinafine. And what is the use of terbinafine? Onychomycosis. Onychomycosis, terbinafine. Onychomycosis, terbinafine. Inhibiting the beta-1,3 glucan synthase. Beta-1,3 glucan. Echinocandins. Echinocandins. Like caspofungin. Echinocandin like caspofungin. Caspofungin. Then, which drug inhibit the microtubules? Griseofulvin. Griseofulvin. That is microtubule inhibitor. Just like colchicine. Colchicine also inhibit the microtubules. And it is basically used for tinea capitis. It is used for tinea capitis. सर पे स्काल पे कैरियन में यूज करते हैं ग्रीशियोफल्विन. टीनिया कैपाइटिस. Which inhibit the chitin synthesis. Which inhibit the chitin synthesis. Nicomycin. Nicomycin. फार्मेक में रट डालो ये सब चीजें. निकोमाइसिन. निकोमाइसिन दिमाग में जब 2-3 बार जब पढ़ लोगे ना तो सामने ऑप्शन में दिखेगा. 100% किसी को याद नहीं होता. इनहिबिट द डीएनए सिंथेसिस. फ्लूसाइटोसिन. दैट इज एंटी मेटाबोलाइट. फ्लूसाइटोसिन इनहिबिट द डीएनए सिंथेसिस. एंटी मेटाबोलाइट फ्लूसाइटोसिन. तो इंपॉर्टेंट आउट ऑफ दिस निकोमाइसिन, terbinafine, azoles. Okay. Which anti-malarial drug acting on exoerythrocytic stage, and that is kill the hypnozoites. Kill the hypnozoites. By killing the hypnozoites, it prevent the relapse of malaria. Decrease the relapse. Decrease the risk of relapse. What is the example? Very good. Primaquine. Primaquine we use in Vivax malaria. Vivax for 14 days. 14 days. Primaquine we use in the Vivax malaria for 14 days. 15 milligram. But nowadays the single dose drug is available, and that is tafenoquine. Tafenoquine single dose, which is the single dose drug approved for killing the hypnozoites. Tafenoquine. Tafenoquine. Yes. फाल्सिपेरम में क्लोरोक्विन के साथ यूज करते थे फॉर गैमेटोसाइडल पर्पस, बट नवेडेज इन फाल्सिपेरम वी यूज द एसीटी ओनली. ओके. विच एंटी फंगल ड्रग इज ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस फॉर कैंडिडियासिस? फॉर कैंडिडियासिस द बेस्ट इज फ्लूकोनाजोल, द सेकंड बेस्ट इज कैस्पोफंजिन. These two species is very important. If they ask the Candida albicans, the answer will be always fluconazole. But in Candida krusei, then echinocandins, caspofungin. For histoplasmosis, coccidiomycosis, it is itraconazole. It is itraconazole. For mucormycosis, it is LAMB. I hope you know the LAMB. Liposomal amphotericin B. We can use some azoles like posaconazole and isavuconazonium. Isavuconazonium or isavuconazole एक ही बात है. So this is for mucormycosis. This is for mucormycosis. But the best is LAMB. For invasive aspergillosis, it is voriconazole. It is voriconazole. ये सारे questions आते हैं important है. Integrated questions with the microbiology. Nowadays micro plus pharmac integration is very important. Infections. Okay, so these are some drug of choice. Then in antifungal drug also we need to know some important adverse effect. Some important adverse effect. Which antifungal drug causing negative inotrope can cause the heart failure? Which can cause the heart failure? तो याद रखो आयनो. आयनो से याद रखो इट्राकोनाजोल. Itraconazole. No, lamb can cause hypokalemia, not heart failure. That is hypokalemia, can cause arrhythmia. Visual toxicity, V से याद रखो V, that is voriconazole. Voriconazole. QT prolongation, so that is mainly ketoconazole, or it can be seen with the itraconazole, so azoles basically. And gynecomastia also seen with the ketoconazole out of the azoles. But that is not drug of choice, Siddharth, right? So this is important about the toxicity. ये important है, visual toxicity. Okay. Anti-amoebic, the best drug for asymptomatic cyst passer, that is diloxonide. Diloxonide furoate. Diloxonide furoate. And the second important is paromomycin. In India we use the diloxonide, but in some countries they use the paromomycin. तो आपको diloxonide आंसर देना है. For all other amoebiasis, metronidazole. ओके सिद्धांत लास्ट में बताना बेटा. मेट्रोनिडाजोल, टिनिडाजोल. मेट्रोनिडाजोल इज बेस्ट फॉर हिपेटिक अमीबियासिस एज वेल एज बी वेजाइनोसिस. बार बार क्वेश्चन आता है बी वेजाइनोसिस. व्हाट इज द ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस? क्लू सेल्स, फिशी ऑर्डर, दैट इज मेट्रोनिडाजोल एनारोबिक. ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस फॉर न्यूरोसिस्टी सर्कोसिस, दैट इज एल्बेंडाजोल. एल्बेंडाजोल बेस्ट है, नहीं तो praziquantel. Albendazole, praziquantel. Best is albendazole. साथ में टू कंट्रोल द इडीमा वी नीड टू गिव द स्टीरोइड. स्टीरोइड देना है, बहुत ज्यादा इडीमा हो तो मैनिटोल. सीजर्स का रिस्क है तो वी कैन गिव द एंटी सीजर्स, बट एंटी हेलमिंथिक इज albendazole. Which is the anti-helminthic for river blindness? For river blindness we use the ivermectin. Ivermectin, that is acting via opening the chloride channel. Chloride enters hyperpolarization, causing the muscle paralysis. So river blindness, ivermectin. For anti-parasitic, for scabies, oral drug for scabies. Oral drug for scabies is again ivermectin. But topical drug we use is the permethrin. Topical is permethrin. Topical is permethrin. Yes. Kanishka. Permethrin percentage is also important, 5%. For scabies 5%, for scalp, pediculosis, lice, we use the 1 to 2% because it can cause the irritation in the eyes. So pediculosis के लिए again we can use the same drug. Drug of choice for filariasis, DEC, diethyl carbazine. Diethyl carbazine, that is DEC, diethyl carbazine. That is drug of choice for microfilaria as well as the adult. इसलिए बेस्ट है DEC. Okay. Drug of choice for काला अजार, leishmaniasis. काला अजार और leishmaniasis. It is lamb. Lamb is the drug of choice. Liposomal amphotericin B. और इसके साथ में क्या ऐड कर सकते हो? miltefosine. You can add the miltefosine, that is the oral drug used for this purpose. ये भी क्वेश्चन आता है विच ओरल ड्रग यूज्ड इन काला आजार इरेडिकेशन प्रोग्राम, दैट इज मिल्टेफोसिन. मिल्टेफोसिन काला आजार प्रोग्राम में यूज कर रहे हैं फॉर ओरल मिल्टेफोसिन फॉर 10 days. ओके. नाउ ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस फॉर चागास. आजकल इस पे भी क्वेश्चन आता है. ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस फॉर चागास डिजीज. चागास दैट इज अमेरिकन और अफ्रीकन. सोच के बताओ, इज इट अमेरिकन ट्रिप्नोसोमियासिस और अफ्रीकन ट्रिप्नोसोमियोसिस? चागास डिजीज सोच के बताओ. दिस इज अमेरिकन. व्हाट इज द बेस्ट ड्रग? बेंजनिडाजोल इज बेस्ट. बेंजनिडाजोल. लैम्ब वी यूज वाया इन्फ्यूजन, IV. बेंजनिडाजोल. यस, वेरी गुड guys, very good. The benznidazole is the drug of choice. The second option we have is the nifurtimox. ये चागास डिजीज है, कौन सा बग है? दिस इज किसिंग बग. किसिंग बग. परवीन, स्टीबोग्लूकोनेट कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर डर्मल. सोडियम स्टीबोग्लूकोनेट, सोडियम एंटीमनी. फॉर अफ्रीकन स्लीपिंग सिकनेस, for African sleeping sickness. For African sleeping sickness, we have the two. This Brucey Gambians and the second is Rhodesians. Right? Gambians and Rhodesians. Gambians and Rhodesians. In the Gambians, याद रखो Gambians कौन सा है? वेस्ट की ईस्ट. सोच के बताओ, Gambians इज वेस्ट और ईस्ट. Gambians इज वेस्ट और ईस्ट. तो ज्यादा गैम्बलर किधर होते हैं? वेस्ट में. ये रोड है, रोड ज्यादा अच्छे किधर हैं? ईस्ट में. तो वेस्ट में गैम्बलर होते हैं, याद रखो. सो गाइज, इन द फर्स्ट स्टेज मेन ड्रग याद रखना आपको, पेंटामिडिन. पेंटामिडिन. इन द सेकंड स्टेज वी यूज द नाइफर्टिमोक्स एंड एफ्लोरनिथिन कॉम्बिनेशन. So in the Gambians we use it. Very good, guys. And for Rhodesians, first we use the Suramin and second stage we use the Melarsoprol. Melarsoprol. याद रखो, रोड श्योर मिलेगा. तो रोड रोडेशियंस, श्योर इज सुरामिन, मिलेगा इज मेलार्सोप्रोल. गडकरी जी के टाइम पे रोड बड़े बन रहे हैं तो रोड श्योर मिलेगा. राइट. वेस्ट में पेंट खुलेगा नाइट में. वेस्ट में पेंट खुलेगा नाइट में. याद रखो, इंपॉर्टेंट है ये. वेस्ट में पेंट खुलेगा नाइट में. ओके. नाउ एंटी कैंसर ड्रग. इन एंटी कैंसर ड्रग वी नीड टू नो which drug is for this choriocarcinoma, placenta tumor. Placenta tumor. Placenta tumor. Methotrexate is drug of choice. Methotrexate is drug of choice. Actinomycin D can be used, but methotrexate is drug of choice. Okay. Hairy cell leukemia. Hairy cell leukemia. विशाल जी, क्वेश्चन सही होना चाहिए, चाहे किसी भी तरह से हो. जब एक रैंक अच्छी आएगी, आपकी ब्रांच मिलेगी ना, तो सब लगेगा कि सही था यार. हेरी सेल ल्यूकेमिया. इन हेरी सेल ल्यूकेमिया वी यूज द क्लेड्राबिन पेंटोस्टैटिन. वी यूज द क्लेड्राबिन पेंटोस्टैटिन. आउट ऑफ दिस, क्लेड्राबिन इज द ड्रग ऑफ चॉइस. पेंटोस्टैटिन इज एडिनोसिन डी एमिनेज इनहिबिटर. एडिनोसिन डी एमिनेज इनहिबिटर. एडिनोसिन डी एमिनेज. पेंटोस्टैटिन. हेरी सेल ल्यूकेमिया. पैंक्रेटिक कैंसर. In pancreatic cancer, very important, pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic cancer, Folfirinox. Pancreatic cancer, Folfirinox. Folfirinox. Very important regimen for pancreatic carcinoma. Please write this regimen, important है. Folfirinox. You know the Folfox, you know the Folfiri. इस दोनों को मिला दो, Folfirinox. Right? दोनों मिल गए. So you can see 5-fluorouracil, leucovorin. Leucovorin is folate, tetrahydrofolate, irinotecan and oxaliplatin. Folfirinox. Folfirinox. Right? Gemcitabine is also used, but best regimen nowadays is Folfirinox. The second important drug is gemcitabine. Okay. Now, for multiple myeloma. For multiple myeloma, very important. Again, you need to know the three drugs for multiple myeloma. What are these three drugs for multiple myeloma? Lenalidomide. Very important drug. Lenalidomide, thalidomide, एक ही ग्रुप का ड्रग है. Lenalidomide. Then we have the dexamethasone steroid, जरूर देना है, immunosuppressant steroid. And bortezomib. जिस भी ड्रग के लास्ट में जोमिब लग रहा है वो कौन सा ग्रुप है? The drugs which have the zomib in the end. These drugs are proteasomes inhibitor. Proteasomes inhibitor. Proteasomes inhibitor. We also have the carfilzomib. तो कभी कोई क्वेश्चन आता है, carfilzomib used for same purpose, multiple myeloma. तो lenalidomide, bortezomib and dexamethasone. आजकल मोनोक्लोनल एंटीबॉडी भी आ गई, वो भी दे सकते हो. दैट इज daratumumab, बट दैट इज नॉट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मेनली वी यूज द lenalidomide, dexamethasone and bortezomib. Very good. Then, which anti-cancer drug used alkylating agent used in brain tumor? So in brain tumor we use the temozolomide. We use the temozolomide. Very important. Temozolomide. So this is very important drug. Drug of choice for glioblastoma. It is drug of choice for glioblastoma. In astrocytoma it is the second important, but in glioblastoma it is the most important drug. Temozolomide. Nitrosoureas are not best. Best is temozolomide. Nitrosourea is not best, Ranjan Saab. Temozolomide is best. राइट विशाल जी, ओके। देन टायरोसिन काइनेज इनहिबिटर, टायरोसिन काइनेज इनहिबिटर यूज्ड इन ब्रेस्ट कैंसर। द मोस्ट इंपोर्टेंट यू नीड टू रिमेंबर बच्चे, लेपाटिनिब, लेपाटिनिब, नेराटिनिब is also there but mainly it is lepatinib. So lepatinib is there but other drug we have the neratinib, pyrotinib, tusatinib, but the important is lepatinib, that is for this purpose, lepatinib most important. Then CDK4/6 inhibitor. What is CDK? Cyclin dependent kinase, cyclin dependent kinase, cyclin dependent kinase. सिंपल कोई रटने का जरूरत नहीं है, सिंपली रिमेंबर सिक्लिब, सिक्लिब। तो सीडीके इज सिक्लिब, जस्ट रिमेंबर द सफिक्स, नो नीड टू वेस्ट योर टाइम इन रिमेंबरिंग ऑल दीज नेम्स, क्योंकि ये एक ही पर्पज के लिए यूज है, एंड दीज ऑल आर सिक्लिब। तो वी यूज द पाल्बोसिक्लिब, पाल्बोसिक्लिब, पाल्बोसिक्लिब। थोड़ा सा बचा है, राइट, वी हैव वेरी लिटिल लेफ्ट, तो पाल्बोसिक्लिब। तो जस्ट रिमेंबर द सिक्लिब। जैक इनहिबिटर यूजफुल इन माइलोफाइब्रोसिस, जैक, जेनस काइनेज, JAK is Janus kinase used in myelofibrosis only, and these are letinib. Remember letinib, right? Letinib, that is ruxolitinib, very important. Ruxolitinib, very important drug. Ruxolitinib, अभी latestly approved September 2023 it is approved. September 2023, momelotinib. तो ruxolitinib, momelotinib, these are for myelofibrosis, myelofibrosis. रुक्सोलोटिनिब, मोमेलोटिनिब, रुक्सो और मोमे फॉर माइलोफाइब्रोसिस। देन हेजहोग पाथवे, हेजहोग सिग्नल पाथवे, दे आर ऑल्सो अप्रूव्ड फॉर बेजल सेल कैंसर, बेजल सेल कैंसर। जस्ट रिमेंबर द सफिक्स डेगिब, डेगिब, डेगिब। बिल्कुल सिद्धांत, बट हमारा टारगेट है कि अगला आप जो आईएनआई सीट भी दोगे तो उसके लिए भी पता होना चाहिए। विस्मो डेगिब, सोनी डेगिब। तो डेगिब इज हेजहोग, हेजहोग में देखिए डीईजी आ रहा है ना, तो हेजहोग, डीईजी, हेजहोग पाथवे। सो दीज आर डायरेक्टली यू कैन रिमेंबर बाय द नेम। तो हेजहोग इज विस्मो, सोनी, डेगिब, ओके। एंटी कैंसर, एंटी कैंसर ड्रग कोजिंग पल्मोनरी फाइब्रोसिस, विच एंटी कैंसर ड्रग कोजिंग पल्मोनरी फाइब्रोसिस? ब्लियोमाइसिन, ब्लियोमाइसिन, bleomycin, very important. Bleomycin, it is also seen with the busulfan, cyclophosphamide, but bleomycin is most important. So guys, which pneumocyte cells are damaged? Which pneumocyte cells are damaged? Type 1 pneumocytes. Type 1. Can you tell me the name of the drug damaging the type 2 pneumocytes? Type 2 pneumocytes कौन सी डैमेज करती है? सोच के बताओ. This is type 1 pneumocyte cells damage. Bleomycin. Can you tell me the name of the drug damaging the type 2 pneumocyte cells? That is amiodarone. याद रखो, darone is 2, amiodarone type 2. Very good. That is type 2. Anti-cancer drug causing mucocutaneous flagellate rash, flagellate dermatitis, flagellate dermatitis. So you can see this image, very important. Flagellate dermatitis, that is also seen with the bleomycin. The bleomycin causing flagellate dermatitis and lungs fibrosis, but it is not causing bone marrow suppression. Bleomycin is a bone marrow sparing drug. Bleomycin is a bone marrow sparing drug. Very good guys, you have a lot of information. I am impressed. हाथ देखिए guys, this is hand and foot syndrome. This is hand and foot syndrome. Please don't be confused with the hand foot mouth disease. वो अलग है, viral infection. This is hand foot syndrome. So which drug causing hand foot syndrome? The two important drug, 5-fluorouracil and capecitabine. 5-fluorouracil and capecitabine. So this 5-fluorouracil, capecitabine is basically, it is the prodrug. It is the basically prodrug, orally available drug. It converts to 5-fluorouracil only. एक ही drug है, capecitabine converts to 5-fluorouracil. It is capecitabine, not capitabine. It is capecitabine. Capecitabine. So citabine. 5-fluorouracil. So this is basically inhibiting the thymidylate synthase enzyme. Thymidylate synthase enzyme. It is inhibiting the thymidylate synthase enzyme. Primidine analog. याद करो, थोड़ी देर पहले पढ़ा था हमने. Flucytosine, antifungal. That is also thymidylate synthase enzyme. Flucytosine, fluorouracil. So these are primidine analogs, thymidylate synthase enzyme. So guys, we need to give the folinic acid along with these drugs. Folinic acid or leucovorin. we need to give that folinic acid or leucovorin or tetrahydrofoil with these drugs, fluorouracil के साथ में, right? This is important, guys. 5-fluorouracil, because this is basically uracil, so it is causing the thymine-less death of the cell. It is causing the thymine-less death. Very important question, guys. Very important. Just give me 10 minutes, Ananya. Thymine-less death of the cell. 5-fluorouracil. Thymine-less. Thymine हटेगा तो uracil आएगा. So remove the thymine via uracil. Thymine-less death of the cells. Okay. Which anti-cancer drug causing cerebellar toxicity? Ataxia nystagmus. Ataxia nystagmus. So this is cytarabine. Cerebellar ataxia nystagmus, cytarabine. Cytarabine. Very good. Cytarabine. Okay. This is very, very, very important slide for you guys. Very important. I have clearly defined. Right? You will be confused in these 3 questions. Beta, याद करो. Shreya, genetics, adenine, guanine, right? Thymine, cytosine, वो सब पढ़ते थे हम, प्यूरिन, pyrimidine. तो वहीं से लिया हमने, कुछ नया नहीं है. तो which anti-cancer drug causing radiosensitization? It increase the sensitivity of radiotherapy. So it will increase the effect of radiotherapy. So we use in head and neck cancer, it is very important. And the drug we use is the cisplatin. The drug we use is the cisplatin. Very, very, very important, cisplatin. We have the other like anti-metabolites, purine, pyrimidine or taxanes also, but single best answer you need to know, it is the cisplatin. Mainly used for head and neck. Anti-cancer drug causing radiation recall reaction. If the patient has received radiotherapy, now we are giving the chemotherapy. There will be reaction in the area where the radiotherapy has been given, and that is radiation recall reaction. It is seen with the anthracyclines. Anthracyclines are rubicin. Anthracyclines are rubicin, doxorubicin, idarubicin, rubicin. Rubicin is red. Red is because of iron. Red is because of iron overload. It is because of the iron overload. So can you tell me which cardiomyopathy occur due to iron overload? Which cardiomyopathy occur? D, C, M, P. Very good, Somil. Thank you, beta. So iron overload. मिलते हैं जयपुर में. Dilated cardiomyopathy. Dilated cardiomyopathy. Anthracyclines, doxorubicin, daunorubicin. Dilated cardiomyopathy. Very good. So we need to give the iron chelator. What is the chelator for this purpose? We use the dexrazoxone. We use the dexrazoxone. So which iron chelator used for this purpose? Dexrazoxone. For anthracyclines, dexrazoxone. The anthracycline is important. Dexrazoxone. Okay. Then radioprotector. Radioprotector. Protect from the radiotherapy. Right? Radiations. So that is amifostin. Amifostin. Amifostin is a radioprotector, as well as it is used for protecting the nephrotoxicity also. Nephroprotective also. So in the this cisplatin, we use the amifostin as nephroprotective also. Yes, very good. Very good. This picture indicate which adverse effect of which anti-cancer drug. Highest hematogenic, ototoxicity, neurotoxicity, nephrotoxicity, as well as the delayed leukemia. So which anti-cancer drug is this? This is platinum compound. This is platinum compound, cisplatin. Cisplatin, platinum compound, cisplatin, most hematogenic. You should know the drugs used for early vomiting, CINV. Early vomiting, CINV. For early vomiting, we use the cetron. For late vomiting, we use the pitant. For late vomiting, we use the pitant. The other drugs we use is the dexamethasone, and we use the nabilone, cannabinoids. We use the metoclopramide. Don't forget these drugs for chemotherapy-induced nausea vomiting, CINV. Don't forget the drug for chemotherapy-induced diarrhea. Chemotherapy-induced diarrhea. We use the loperamide. We use the loperamide, and the second important is octreotide. But the best answer will be loperamide. This is for chemotherapy-induced diarrhea. Chemotherapy-induced diarrhea. And for neutropenia, we use the filgrastim. For neutropenia, we use the filgrastim, granulocyte stimulator. For neutropenia, filgrastim. For anemia, we use the erythropoietin, darbepoetin. right? That is important. Okay. Now, which anti-cancer drug causing these adverse effect? CINV is beta chemotherapy induced nausea vomiting. CID is chemotherapy induced diarrhea. Okay. This picture indicate which adverse effect? Neurotoxicity. It is also vesicant, so given IV, extra vesicant occurs, can cause the excoriation. SIADH, constipation. देखिए यहाँ पे constipation हो रहा है. Normally there is diarrhea due to chemo. यहाँ पे constipation है. So which drug is this? So this is vincristine. No cyclophosphamide. Cyclophosphamide is causing hemorrhagic cystitis. उसके लिए है मेसना, वो सबको पता है. This is vincristine. Vincristine also called as oncovin. Constipation, SIADH, neurotoxicity, sensory, motor, autonomic, all neuropathies are seen. All sensory, motor neuropathies, autonomic neuropathies. But this is only sensory. Stock gloves. ऐसा लगता है stockings पहना हुआ है, gloves पहने हुए हैं. The person feel कि there is tight these gloves, stockings. Which drug is this? Which drug is this? Paclitaxel. Very good, guys. Very good. Paclitaxel. Beta darbepoetin. For erythropoiesis, we stimulate erythropoiesis by darbepoetin. That is recombinant erythropoietin. Right. Very good. Filgrastim for neutropenia. Filgrastim granulocyte stimulator नाम से देखिए. Okay. चलिए. Now some important monoclonal antibodies. Last slides आ गई हैं. Monoclonal antibodies or some small molecules we will discuss. Then we will have the end. Okay. So just 5 minutes. Monoclonal antibody. SLE. For SLE, we use these two, belimumab and anifrolumab. Out of these, belimumab is standard. Belimumab, that is standard. Belimumab. Right? Okay. ये लो बच्चे paclitaxel है. Fatima, it is paclitaxel. So now, SLE, belimumab. SLE में belly. Osteoarthritis. Just remember the wet. Just remember the wet. Wet is for veterinary. Basically, these drugs initially approved for veterinary practice. Now they are under trial for osteoarthritis. So wet. Bedni wet map. Reni wet map. Right? Now, malignant ascites. This is very, very, very important. जहाँ पे मैं very important बोल दूँ, बहुत important है. Very important. Vincristine, Priya, just write the name, biche. Oncovin, vincristine, oncovin. Just write this name. Nothing else. Okay. Okay, guys. So this is very important. Malignant ascites. Just write this name. This is very, very, very important. Out of this slide, this is very important. Catumaxomab. For malignant ascites. It is APCAM inhibitor. Epithelial cell adhesion molecule. APCAM inhibitor. In inflammatory bowel disease, I will tell you. For Alzheimer's, आपने पढ़ लिया already. For Alzheimer's, aducanumab. NE. These are nervous system. Alzheimer's. Nervous system. Erenumab, fremenizumab, that is nervous system for migraine. So NE or N or NER, that is for nervous system. Migraine or this Alzheimer's disease. Right? So aducanumab is very important out of this. Aducanumab, very important. Aducanumab for Alzheimer's disease. Nowadays, recently approved is gantenerumab. Right? याद रखना है. Okay. The monoclonal antibodies for inflammatory bowel disease. उसमें you can fill it. Inflammatory. I am telling you, you just need to remember the short things, right? No need to remember this because this is old fashion. Now this is very important. Ustekinumab for interleukin 12 and interleukin 23. This is very important. Out of these, I told you catumaxomab is most important. Aducanumab is most important. Out of these, ustekinumab is most important. But we have the alpha 4 integrin inhibitors, natalizumab and vedolizumab. Natalie Vedoli. So Natalie Vedoli, this is alpha 4. Natalie Vedoli, this is alpha 4. बेटा nowadays future is monoclonal antibody, future is immunotherapy. तो अब कहां तक बचोगे इससे? अपने सबको याद करना पड़ेगा. We all are doctors and a doctor should always remember the name of the drug. Now I will tell you about the immune checkpoint inhibitors. In immune checkpoint inhibitor, we just need to remember this list. Nowadays, recently, they are asking the question from immune checkpoint inhibitor. This is immune checkpoint inhibitor. Kirtika, it is inflammatory bowel disease. Inflammatory. No, this is the important, Shreya. This list is important. Immune checkpoint inhibitor. Immune checkpoint inhibitor. So, this is नए पुराने दोस्त दूर, रिलेटिव आते ही हाथ क्या हो जाते हैं? पीले हाथ. और फिर क्या करना पड़ेगा? एक्ट. सो नए इज नीवू, पुराने इज पेम्ब्रो, दोस्त इज दोस्ता, दूर इज दुर्वा, रिलेटिव इज रिलेटली, आते इज आटेजो, पीले is peely, and then act. This is very, very, very important. These are immune checkpoint inhibitor. Direct question, which are the immune checkpoint inhibitor? These are for cancer patients. Nivolumab, pembrolizumab, dostarlimab. This is very, very, very important. Right? Just a mnemonic. Right? Just a mnemonic. These are the drugs. So this is important. Nivolumab, pembrolizumab, dostarlimab, durvalumab, relatlimab, atezolizumab, ipilimumab. These are important. Right? This is very important. तो नए पुराने दोस्त दूर, रिलेटिव आते ही पीले हाथ हो जाएंगे. राइट? एंड दिस इज, फिर उसके बाद एक्ट करने का टाइम आएगा, उसके बाद एक्शन लेना आपको पीले हाथ होने के बाद. ओके. एंड देन गाइज द स्मॉल मोलिक्यूल इनहिबिटर. Small molecule inhibitor, which is VGFR blocking tyrosine kinase inhibitor. VGFR blocking tyrosine kinase inhibitor, useful in RCC. You should know the treatment of RCC. You should know the treatment of RCC. So remember the PAS group of drug. PAS. So P for pazopanib, excitinib, sunitinib, sorafenib. These are VGFR inhibitor for RCC. This is for RCC. These are immune checkpoint inhibitor. Right? Now we have these small molecule inhibitor. VGFR blocking. So remember the PAS. Pazopanib, excitinib, sunitinib, sorafenib. Out of these, pazopanib is best. ये देख लो बेटा जिसने मिस कर दिया था. I told you ना, pazopanib बेटा बेस्ट है. pazopanib. You can see इसमें AAD, उसमें PNC. AAD, PNC. Okay, चलिए. Now this is important. Pazopanib. Sorafenib जो है ना, sorafenib, that is for hepatocellular carcinoma also. HCC, RCC, sorafenib for both. Now तो सभी नहीं पढ़ देना बेटा. I am telling you which are important. Tyrosine kinase inhibitor for GIST. GIST means c-KIT gene. So which drug out of these targeting the c-KIT? So this is important. Imatinib, sunitinib, regorafenib, ISR. Imatinib, sunitinib, regorafenib. So out of these, imatinib is best. Out of these, pazopanib is best. Now, out of these, one new drug is there, avapritinib. This is basically for different gene. PDGFRA exon. This is for different gene. Otherwise, all are for c-KIT gene. Okay. PARP inhibitor. PARP is poly ADP ribose polymerase. Just remember the PARIB. No need to remember all the names. Simply remember the PARIB. Ruhan, it is about to finish, beta. Just 2 minutes. So, olaparib, talazoparib. So, all these are PARIB. So, just remember PARIB for breast cancer. Olaparib. That is PARP inhibitor. So, just remember the suffix PARIB. Histone deacetylase enzyme inhibitors approved for cutaneous T-cell lymphoma. Just remember the name: Nostet, Vorinostat, Belinostat, Panovistat. All these are Nostet except Romidepsin. After this you will have a break, right? After this you will have the break. So histone deacetylase inhibitor, Romidepsin, Vorinostat. So these are the drugs. Rest of the drugs Dr. Thiru has already covered. So we have covered almost all the drugs in pharmacology which are important for you guys for NEET PG as well as INICET. Please try to revise these. Anti-obesity already covered. So I hope you had a great time learning with me. This is my Instagram ID, YouTube ID. अपना टाइम अपन खुद लाएगा, बट कैसे लाएगा? जब इसको रिवाइज करेगा, राइट? अब आपका टाइम है कि इसको रिवाइज करो, राइट? ओके, सो गाइज, यस, नाउ ओके, PD1 का स्लाइड ये लो बच्चे, यू कैन सी द PD1 स्लाइड. दिस इज द PD1 स्लाइड बच्चे, दिस इज द PD1 स्लाइड. ओके, तो आई विश यू ऑल गुड लक. फोड़ के आना बच्चों एग्जाम को, राइट? ओके, प्लीज ट्राई टू रिवाइज. डरना नहीं है, just try 2-3 times revision, quick revision till your exam. Okay, तो चलिए guys, thank you, bye bye, take care. Yes, this is more than enough, Bhoot. This is more than enough for NEET PG, more than enough. Thank you guys, thank you. तो सर ने थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा लिया, मैंने थोड़ा कम टाइम लिया, बैलेंस कर दिया ना हमने आपको. ओके, तो फार्मेक इज फिनिश्ड, कंप्लीट फार्मेक स्लाइड्स प्लीज फोड़ के. चलिए, ओके गाइज, ओके, बाय बाय, टेक केयर.